Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the connecting the console fragments. So, yeah, I really wonder what we're going to be playing today because yesterday was actually a lot different to, you know, my expectations. We saw a lot more on Tomoe and, yeah, just stuff that I thought that, you know, I didn't really think that we'd be seeing so soon, really. We saw lots of stuff related to Tomoe and, you know, her beginning of the public relations office, which is actually everything that commenced after Toki Higushi, actually. So, yeah, I wonder what we're going to see today. I wonder if we're going to see, like, more of a progression of Toki Higushi, or if we're going to see, I don't know, maybe just the events before that. But I'm actually quite surprised because I didn't really think that this would serve also as an after story as Toki Higushi. I just thought it would just be, you know, everything, all the significance regarding the fragments. Because with the fragments in Matari Bayashi, we never saw anything after, my god, I thought my audio had gone then. God, I'm thick. We'd never seen anything after, what's it? Yeah, no, the present day June 1983. Right, so it's fragment 26, firstly. Yeah, Gone with the Ashes, is that right? Yeah. Okay, here we are. So, let's see what this is. Right. Oh, yeah, this is Tomoe we're looking at, it seems. Right. I entered the break room, headed to the back, then just as Mine or Santa, the empty sofa and took a seat in the folding chair across from it. Oh, right, so I'm assuming this is the scene where, you know, he's, let's say, a little bit pissed, and, yeah, Tomoe's gonna try and, I don't know, just comfort him, talk to him about why he has actually, you know, drank out of stress, stuff like that. That moment, the suffocating feeling I've been accumulating suddenly released all at once, and the strength drained from my entire body. Oh yeah, understandable. Yeah. Well, hang on a second. Is this because of the air? Because, yeah, the air. Oh my god. Yeah, it's just a little bit crap there. I was tired and nervous. This may have been the first time in my life I had to be so careful about my attitude and more. Yeah, understandable. That's actually quite surprising because obviously she did work with quite distressed kids beforehand that could potentially have turned to crime. But yeah, I don't even remember what questions they asked. Oh, good work. Oh my god, I thought that was when Minor was really quite drunk, but no. So how would you rate your first public relations presentation? Oh, that must have been difficult. Yeah, presentations are fucking hard. I've done on work experience a presentation before. It was, to be fair, it was really quite difficult, but at the same time, like, it was 0 points. What? You've got to be kidding me. Tomoe's not doing the best job she can? To be fair, that's better than 9, but like, still, I'm surprised. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that really is good. You seem to have pretty strong nerves considering it was your first time, and I think your explanations were easy to understand. Yeah, that's actually quite funny, that, because obviously Tomoe would have, yeah, even Tomoe having nerves, I mean, obviously she is a human being, of course you will. It's just really quite surprising to think that, you know, Tomoe, just a worker of genuine steel, having nerves is quite surprising. At least it's done though, and this is definitely going to be experience for the next time. Like, the more you do it, the more accustomed you'll become to it, which is quite unbelievable to think, but yeah, somehow works. Oh god. But the questions were hard-hitting and the investigation progress was far from adequate. Oh god, so he... I mean, at least he was there. Mino-san, what would have happened if you weren't there to chime in? Oh my god, I find it really quite funny that Tomoe, she's definitely not trying to sell herself here. When in that sense, it was a far cry from a perfect score. Yeah, no, I agree, yeah. At least they got the result they were eventually intending for. But maybe just a good result is a success on its own. Thanks. Yeah. I can only interpret mine or San's praise as flattery, but for the time being I turn to him and bow my head. Oh yeah, fair enough actually, yeah. But no matter how much I look at it, oh, it wasn't a good result, or even passable. Now, but at the same time, you really think that Tomoe is ever going to view something, you know, generously just because of how ridiculously high her standards are? If I were the one doing the grading, I'd give it failing marks and demand supplementary training. Oh my god. Because he really feels as if she's done a bad job on this. How pathetic. A sense of introspection and self-loathing came over me, so I clung to my head. Oh yeah, fair enough, yeah. I mean, I've never fucked a presentation up before, but firstly, I've done only like 3. And secondly, like, it's so difficult to do one. But at the same time, with these presentations, they were completely prepared. So, I don't know. I wanted to turn back time and try again so many times before, but I'm not sure if I've ever felt as strongly as I did today. Oh my god. Up until now, I've always tried to present a fearless personality when I enter the big stage. Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, I think this is definitely going to be experience for later on, because I wonder how this actually ties with the, you know, her contributions to the police science industry. But I was reminded once again that I was still immature and struggled with situations outside my expectations. I mean, yeah, I don't think she should beat herself up because of this. She should, you know, take this as a learning opportunity. If I had been alone on that stage like we originally planned, I might have broken down into... Jesus Christ. I feel bad for her. My god. Minor must have just been able to see like she was so stressed and she couldn't do this on her own, so obviously he intervened, which I am very happy for. My god. There are people out there with far more knowledge and experience than me. Scholarly people with deep insights and analytical skills. I never realised how difficult it is to offer explanations and make suggestions for people like that. Oh yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, these people, they're probably very clever for people that have just graduated, I'd assume, from, you know, this. So, yeah, they're probably going to be really quite... they're never going to stop demanding, let's just say that. Oh, well, I've wanted to turn back time so many times before as well, but yeah, I think if that was possible, then all the fun of life would be completely, well, not really all the fun, but all the trouble that, you know, you should face as a human being would just completely be screwed. And if anything, you get Rika-like scenarios happening in real life, like, you know, you can turn back time, but obviously you can't prevent what's actually happening no matter what you do. God, the original plan would have really resulted in, I don't know, just the worst outcome. I think somewhere in my heart I was being concited. Oh, that's understandable. Yeah, so you get loads of praise and then you just think you can't do any wrong, and then that's the thing that causes you to do wrong. That's what I'd assume that she's, you know, going with. The research director and the general manager praised me so much I got carried away. I'm sorry. The fuck was that laugh? This is like Kotohogushi type shit here. Don't be so glum. Yeah. Pretty much not a single person dissented or found fault with the idea of introducing profiling analysis to investigations. Yeah, interesting. So this would have been the this would have been the talk that, you know, would start a lot. And thanks to Minor's intervention, it may happen. Who knows? That's really good though, yeah. Oh my god. Okay, she should be. I mean, to be honest, on where she's such a hard worker, so obviously she has really, really high standards, but like at the same time, she really, really is underappreciating herself if this is the case. Oh my god. Mino-san handed me a can of coffee he brought from the vending machinist. He said that, oh, lucky. Oh yeah, that's nice. It was cold, so when I grabbed it, I held it against my forehead to relieve the burning feeling inside my head, and started to calm down a little. Oh my god. Yep, I definitely don't have any cold drinks at the moment. It's winter. I have ice cream and milkshakes, so brilliant stuff. Well, they're looking at it just as an introductory profiling analysis test, so they seem optimistic. Racial profiler. Oh, the unexpected part was their disagreement with getting TV stations involved. I was definitely prepared to face disapproval, but I never imagined they'd go so far. Now that is fair enough that she's so you know, regrettable about it. If they've had loads of disapproval, then yeah. Oh, the National Research Institute of Police Science people were constantly involved with the latest criminal knowledge and information, so I would have expected them to have a thorough understanding of the power of the media. Even they don't. That really is quite surprising. I mean, if you have the latest criminal knowledge, then you should, you know, have loads of knowledge of things that influence levels of, well, I don't really think it will influence levels of, you know, how many crimes people are willing to commit. I mean, some people probably will commit crimes just so they can, I don't know, get their face on the media, but that's so fucking stupid. Why would you do that? But anyway, yeah, I'm just quite surprised they don't know the things that, you know, could potentially affect an investigation. If anything, criminal psychology are. And especially, no, because criminals have such a, you know, they have such a bad depth of, you know, like what happens if I get caught, stuff like that, you know, questions that they ask. Always, it's just really quite surprising that, you know, they don't really know some of the basics. Maybe TV media is still considered lowbrow? Definitely, yeah. That's very true. Yeah, that's part of it. But the biggest problem is probably that once it's out there, it's on TV. Once it's out there on TV, you can't make excuses if it fails. No, definitely not. そして成功率の高い事件で試験運用することで点数を稼ぎ、信用度を得た上で徐々に現場へと浸透させる。それが彼らの理想だ。The ideal modus operandi is earning points by starting with small-scale trials and gaining credibility on highly successful cases, then gradually spreading it across the field. Yeah, interesting. Is it modus operandi like a code of conduct, or? What does it mean? Oh, a particular way or method of doing something. Right, oh yeah. Yeah, but as soon as it gets TV coverage, it will inevitably become a huge story. Yeah, it's actually quite interesting what he was saying, like, you know, just, well, I think it was Tom Wow. Yeah, Mino actually, yeah, just the fact that if it's on TV and obviously there's been a mistake that's happened, they won't be able to revoke it whatsoever. Like, no matter what they do, they won't be able to change, like, you know, the general public's, you know, main opinion. Really. Oh, if it succeeds, your reputation will shoot up at once, but if it fails, then everything you've been carefully studying all this time can be destroyed. Yeah.
成功した時の後悔よりもリスクの方を警戒する。原点主義の研究畑の人間にはよくあるマイナス思考だよ。
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think in a job like this, like focusing on the effects of success, I think it's just. To be honest, I think if I was a detective, like I'd probably fully focus on the risks, and I'd only look at the successes after I've actually solved the case. Like, I mean, because I think focusing on the successes before you've actually done anything, and especially a field that, you know, everything can change. And for example, a success may not even be a good success just because of, I don't know, for example, I don't know, but I suppose you could say if a police detective having arrested somebody, for example, has caused carnage in a family resulting in more murder. I mean, it's a really bad situation that could have happened. So yeah, success isn't always just, you know, the really nice feeling of having done a case. It can be more in depth. God, I really forgot how pleasant this music is. It's so fun.
そんな顔をするな。
Don't make that face. Oh yeah, I feel bad for Thomas. He's probably just so intimidated.
そもそも考え方や価値観のズレというよりも文化そのものが違うんだ。
What's this? Busy Road 2? Right. Yeah, I thought it sounded really quite ambient. Don't make that face. You shouldn't view it as a misalignment of values and ideas. It's a completely different culture. Fair enough, actually. Yeah.
法医学の分野は法学の分野内と言いつつも、実際には医学や心理学の類、科警研の職員と会った奴らはみんな最初その違いに戸惑うらしいぞ。
Yeah, interesting. Well, the field of forensic medicine is said to be under the field of the law. Oh, it's actually a form of medical science and psychology. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, so, the face I met at Emirates were confused at first.
実際私もちょっと驚きました。
Well, actually, at first I was a little surprised too. Oh, so what's happened? Oh yeah, we got some surprisingly dark music, but I mean, this music gives me a creeps always. Just, it really sounds really ritualistic and really quite unpleasant. Well, I could imagine so much so this being played, you know, next to Higurashi related, torture related things. But yeah, let's not go in there. Emirates, the National Research Institute of the Police Science. They're an organisation affiliated with the National Police Agency, responsible for developing forensic technology and investigation theory necessary to conduct scientific investigations. In order to counter increasingly sophisticated and intelligent criminals. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because a lot of criminals are just people that are desperate, or maybe people that, you know, just want to instantly do something. But you have really, really sophisticated and intelligent ones, like for example the mountain dogs. Yeah, they'd be very good for stopping them. And this time, thanks to being introduced to the, the Secretariat of the Commissioner of the National Police Agency, who just happened to attend the same university as me, I was able to ask for researchers to be assigned on a certain task. Oh, that's brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. And there were the alumni members as well, so that's really, really good. Is it alumni or alumni? I don't know. But still, that's really, really convenient, that connection. Based on the material I provided the other day, we will conduct a trial operation of profiling analysis in the field. Yeah, nice. And the progress of the operation will be televised. Televised with the help of key TV stations. God, I'm actually really quite surprised that they would televise that, but I suppose that is a really quite good opportunity to not only get more sort of, material out to the media, but to secondly just give more exposure to what they're doing. I mean, probably get a little bit more approval from general media.
プロファイリング分析の捜査内容をマスコミに公開する?
At the same time, it does seem really quite surprising. I mean, why would they... No, it is actually quite weird to think, why would they do this? Because what if, for example, really quite intelligent criminals saw this and then, as a result of that, they know the police's new tactics. This is a really dumb idea, actually. Disclose the contents of profiling analysis to the mass media.
Hi.
Yes.
現在未解決のまま迷宮入りになりかけている事件をサンプルにして、その犯人の存在と足跡を調査する経緯と手法を問題のない範囲内でテレビ局側に提供します。
We're currently conducting a trial operation on a cold case, so there should be no problem providing the TV stations with the background on the investigation methodology and the high-level portraits of the criminal.
そこでこのマニュアルを導入することで捜査がいかに効率化されたものになるかをアピールする番組を制作・放映してもらうのです。
Yeah, fair enough. So we can produce and broadcast a program that shows how efficient investigations can be after enacting this manual.
それによって世間的な認知度が向上すれば、全国の警察関係者たちもプロファイリングに対して関心を寄せて、導入に前向きな姿勢になってくれるのではないか。
If this raises public awareness, police officers... I find it quite funny that, obviously she's been talking about how much, the speech went really, really badly. But at the same time, she's speaking so fucking confidently here. Seriously. If this raises public awareness, police officers around the country will be interested in what profiling has to offer, and they'll be more willing to try using it. Yeah.
私ども広報室は考えました。
I mean, that is good logic, yeah. This is what we at the Public Relations Office have been thinking.
その上での今回のご提案です。
That was the foundation for this proposal. Yeah. The researchers participating in the presentation were stunned when they heard that and made no effort to hide their confusion. Introducing profiling analysis to one-site investigations was something NRIPS had already considered many times before. But with nothing to prove its efficacy, it was always brushed aside. I really wish I said efficiency instead of efficacy. It's just so much of a better word. Moreover, since there are very few experts capable of teaching the methodology, they've been putting off the idea for a very long time. Oh yeah, interesting. Yeah, that's understandable, that actually. Yeah. But the other day, a female police officer working for the Public Relations Office freely provided them with a manual that could be used as an instructional reference. Oh yeah, that's brilliant. Yes, more people would actually be able to learn, the techniques and obviously train their subordinates with it. Up until that point, it was something that Emirates could hardly ever dream of. Oh, yeah, fair enough, yeah. So they weren't quick to agree with the idea of broadcasting its contents on TV.
試験導入ならば、テレビやマスメディアを介入させるのは少々大げさではないかね。
Isn't it a little too soon to get the press and TV involved with something still in a preliminary trial?
データ収集を主目的に置いて、組織はシンプルにまとめた方が良いと思うが。
I think it would be better to keep this simple and focus on data collection. God, just from this guy's voice, this definitely doesn't sound like somebody I would want to get on the bad side of. But yeah, that is understandable, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if anything, like, broadcasting it on TV is just like saying... I mean, they're obviously developing the techniques, but they should be fully confident before, you know, getting the press and the TV involved.
それに、警察の捜査技術を公開するのはリスクが高い。
Yeah, plus, publishing police investigation methods is taking a major risk. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You should be mindful of the danger this presents in allowing the criminals to outwit us.
確かに、皆様のご懸念はもっともだと思います。
I really want to help she disproves these concerns, and I wonder what she actually says that convinces them to, you know, agree inevitably.
しかし、これまで意見交流会などでも、プロファイリング分析についての言及が何度となく行われましたが、実際の事件現場にて導入された例は皆無です。
However, profiling analysis has been discussed many times in meetings up until now, but there are still no examples of its use in an actual case. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, if it's been discussed many times and, yeah, they don't really have an example of, you know, just how it flourishes, really, yeah. They need an example, but, yeah.
また、信用度の基礎となるデータを収集しようにも、現場捜査員たちの賛同と協力を得ることができず、宙に浮いた理論となっておりました。
Yeah, fair. And even if we wish to collect data to cause the merit of the technique, the theory will be left hanging unless we can gain the cooperation of field investigators.
それはやはり、知識や技術の有用性よりも、イメージの欠如が一番の要因だったのではないでしょうか。
In the end, the lack of a compelling depiction may be a larger hurdle than the lack of knowledge and techniques. Yeah. That's actually fair enough. I mean, they definitely need the cooperation of investigators, and yeah, this is obviously where Higurashi comes in, because, you know, you'll get people that won't ever fail to cooperate. Fair enough. Based on reading the papers and manuals on profiling analysis, it was hard to tell how efficient it actually was, and difficult to grasp how useful it might be. Also, an experienced detective has the intuition and skills they've gained over time that increase their efficiency. Yeah, but that doesn't mean they'll understand how it fits into their methods. Yeah, and some may not even be able to fit it into their methods. Some may have a particular style that this really contrasts. And with that in mind, even after collecting data in this trial operation, investigators presented with the results may not understand how to utilise it and may decide to just put it off. Yeah, definitely. But what if profiling analysis is actually introduced to the field investigators via a video documentary? I don't know, I'm going to be honest, I mean, if it was if you had YouTube and you have really efficient video skipping systems, sure, but no, I think just putting it in note form is more useful, but I'm not entirely sure. Or maybe you could do both. At that point, an experienced detective would likely be able to understand which points are important and how it differs from conventional investigation. Yeah, I mean, that is fair enough, but keep in mind this is 1982. I mean, it's going to be really... No, it is 1983, sorry, it's spring 1983, but yeah, it's going to be really hard to actually, you know, gain cooperation. Oh yeah. Yeah. And it would allow them to make their own modifications to tweak it to benefit the image of their own investigation methods. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. In other words, to make a mathematical analogy, this program exists to show examples of the use of certain formulae and its formulae, bruh, and theorems to, yeah, help people who would otherwise have no idea when and where to use them. Yeah, fair enough. God, give me a fucking video on circle theorems and tangents and shit any day. Well, I don't know. What's the most difficult formula? You don't really cover many difficult formulas in GCSE. And you are not telling me the quadratic or, like, you know, cosine ones are difficult. No way. No way. Nobody is ever telling me that. Because they're not. In my opinion, at least. Isn't it like S equals 1/2 1/2 v over at squared or something like that? I don't know, some sort of velocity formula, I think. But yeah. We haven't really learnt it yet, but iteration, I've heard that formula. I mean, I've seen that formula once before. It looks quite awful. Probably going to learn that later this year. Maybe even this month. Nah, maybe February. Or March, or May, or June, or April. Well, April or May, not June. Probably be finished with maths exams then. Yeah, fair enough. And a video is the easiest method to understand. It is fair enough, yeah, and it's just really quite funny. Even these people think this here.
確かにそれも一つの方法とは言えるでしょう。
Indeed, you could say that's one way to do it.
しかし、それにしてもなぜあなた方広報室がそんな企画を。
But why are people from the public relations office planning such a project? That's actually quite an interesting question, because you would have thought, like, public relations office, why is that anything to do with, you know, investigation techniques? But at the same time, Tomoe was a detective beforehand, but still.
あなたたちには今回何のメリットもない話じゃありませんか。
Fair enough, but at the same time, more efficient investigations means more approval from the media and obviously more approval of the police force, I'd assume.
そうです。
That's right.
それにそもそもそういった番組企画を立てるという行為は明らかに候補としての職務を逸脱していると思います。
Planning a project like this is clearly outside the scope of duty for public relations in the first place.
一体あなたたちはそれによって何を得るおつもりなのですか。
God, these people really don't sound like the people you want to anger. Just what on earth do you want to get out of this? Well, yeah, my God, I can imagine. Oh shit! Wait, hang on a second. Is this where she doesn't know what to say? Fuck.
ああ、その点につきましては説明が不足しておりました。
Right. It seems we haven't sufficiently explained that.
今回の企画はむしろ警察庁長官官房長、ひいては警察庁本部からの提案を現場に浸透させるための方策とご理解ください。
Yeah, please understand this project is coming from the Secretariat of the Commissioner of the MPA, yeah, National Police Agency, and on top of that, a proposal has been pushed from MPA HQ as a measure to get this information from the to the investigators.
広報室はその意向を組んで皆様にご相談申し上げているだけなのです。
Yeah, the public relations officer is simply keeping that in mind and having a discussion with all you. It must be really quite something. I mean, obviously Tom White hasn't gained this skill yet, but to improvise something like that just on the spot, I mean, that must be so difficult. Mano-san, who'd been sitting quietly beside me, cousin at the perfect time to save me from fumbling for the right word. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, it's brilliant that. And then he gave me a look before continuing. Oh.
プロファイリング分析は今後の科学捜査にとって非常に役立つ捜査理論になると以前より評価されてきました。
Profiling analysis has long been regarded as a useful investigative technique in future forensics.
ただ現場の方々は今までの勘と経験に頼ったやり方を変えるだけのメリットがあるのか、あるならその証拠をよこせとの一点張りで試験運用すらままなりませんでした。
But would the people in the field with experience and intuition see the merit in changing their approach? Not without proof, which they'd never see without this trial operation. Yeah.
長官官房長もそういった状況を打破することこそが必要と考えておりましたので、今回の企画ご提案と相なったわけです。
Yeah, the Secretariat of the Commissioner felt it was necessary to break that deadlock, which synergizes perfectly with that proposal.
ええ、それは所長と総務部長より聞き及んでおります。
Yes, I've heard from the director and the general manager.
ただ、広報がなぜ官房長のサポートを？
But why is the public relations even supporting the commissioner?
長官官房からのご依頼は、通常ならば制作企画から通達いただくものと理解しておりましたが。
I understand that the Secretariat would notify you about project planning, but still.
適材活用ですよ。
Oh, it's about using the right person for the job.
ここにいる南内警部はもともと現場の刑事でした。
Yeah, and obviously a really experienced and very good one, yeah. She was said that Minai here was originally a crime scene detective.
もっと遡りますと、数年前に欧米で研究されているプロファイリング分析の存在を最初に警察庁の意見交換会で紹介したのが現在の茨城県警捜査一課長本庄警視。
Or going back even further, the first person to bring up profiling analysis during an MPA discussion meeting a few years back was the current section chief of the 1st Investigation Division in Ibaraki Prefecture, Inspector Honjo.
そして彼女はその本庄一課長の下で約3年間働き、推薦組として選抜された際には彼の口添えがあったほどの逸材です。
Now that definitely proves that, you know, these techniques, they do make winners, like fucking hell. And she worked directly under Section Chief Honjo for 3 years, to such an extent that he was willing to select her for the recommended group. Yeah, and I mean, I'd assume getting in the recommended group is really, really quite difficult. So if she's, you know, thrived so much that she can actually be, you know, specially chosen, I mean, that is really impressive. Oh, that's brilliant. So I'm assuming Honjo is a really, really good name. And big name as well. As soon as Mayano-san mentioned Honjo-san's names, the eyes of the researchers transformed from disdain and distrust to a hint of interest and curiosity. Oh, that's brilliant, yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's really, really good. In fact, I didn't know about it until he told me. My former boss, Honjo-san, was one of the nation's most respected experts on profiling analysis. Honjo-san had actually published papers on improvements of criminal investigation methodologies and shared them at MPA-sponsored exchange meetings. Campaigning for their necessity. Nice. I'm actually quite surprising because I thought that she was just, you know, sorry, he was just Tomoe's boss. Didn't realise there was anything more to it. I mean, yeah, it really is quite something. I came to realise what a blessed environment I lived in. Oh my god, yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And if anything, if she hadn't have worked under Honjo, let's be honest, I mean, Honjo was, you know, he was just the person that really, really made Tomoe just see the soul in investigation, and obviously didn't make it, you know, seem like some boring ass desk job, like she originally thought it was. Yeah, Honjo was the reason Tomoe has, you know, so much fire when investigating, really. So, yeah. Oh, he knows what he's doing, he really does. Interesting. Despite my thoughts racing, Mayano-san looked at the changed expressions on the researchers, then leaned forward and continued. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah. She should probably be doing the same thing.
その本庄氏が携わってきた事件記録が元になっており、彼の許可と協力なしには成し得ないものでした。
Oh yeah, that's a good move. Yeah, just mentioning obviously a good and respected name, and then saying that he approves it. In fact, the material she provided to all of you was based on records from incidents Honjo-san was involved with, and this project couldn't have been done without his approval and cooperation.
この点からも、ここにいる南警部が現場捜査員たちとの強いつながり、それも有力な人材とのコネクションを現在も所持していることを信用してもらえるかと思います。
Based on those facts, and with Chief Inspector Minai's strong ties of field investigators, I think you can trust that she has the right connections with talented people.
皆さんの意向や方針を伝達する仲介役としては最も適任ではないかと考えた長官の指示で、本企画の担当者とさせていただいた次第なのです。
Thus, I thought according to the Secretariat's instructions and decided she was the most suitable person to act as an intermediary to convey our intentions and placed her in charge of this project. Soma.
確かに、現場の捜査員たちの反発をいかにして防ぐかが我々の一番大きな課題でした。
It's true that our biggest challenge is preventing the investigators in the field from reacting negatively.
そのつてを持っている人に仲介してもらえるのは非常に心強いです。
You know, take well to, you know, having their entire method of work completely changed. So it's very encouraging to know that the mediator, oh yes, it's like a radioator. Oh my god. Sounds like some sort of weird synth because you have 808s. A radioator. God, I wanna slice my mouth off sometimes. Well, I mean, you can't really do that, but yeah. it's good, yeah. And that's definitely going to make their, you know, what they're actually saying a lot more credible as well.
そして先ほど広報室としてのメリットとおっしゃいましたが、
And you asked earlier about what the benefit this was, or what benefit this was to the public relations office.
我々はご存知の通り、警察の各機関の活動内容や捜査情報を集約し、それを特定、あるいは不特定の方面へと差し向けるのが本来の職分です。
As you all know, our primary responsibility is to aggregate investigation and activity details from each agency and direct them in the appropriate direction. Yeah.
故に我々にとっては、警察庁長官官房長が打ち出したプロファイリング分析を現場へと導入させるという方針表明を効率的に現場へと浸透させることが今回の役割。
That's actually really quite interesting. Obviously, they're introducing something that is really quite outside their field as, you know, public relation office people. But at the same time, because of this, they're actually going to get benefited. So, yeah, they're making... it's like they're making content at this point. Yeah, so therefore, it's our role to take the Secretary out of the Commissioner's announcement that profiling analysis should be introduced to the field and proliferate it in the most efficient way possible. Yeah.
それに従っただけのことですので、特にメリット、まして利益的なものを求めるものではないと考えております。
It's just following orders. In terms of actual merit, I don't think there's any personal profit in it. Yeah. In it. Is aggregate just like gathering? Oh right, formed or calculated by the combination of several separate elements, right? So it means to form into a group of class or students, right? Yeah.
他に何かご不安を抱かれているものはありますか？
So do you have any other
我々
concerns?
としては同じ警察庁の仲間ですから、
Oh yeah,
できる限り
definitely,
それらを解消するお手伝いをしたいと考えております。
yeah, even if they are in really quite different fields, and I mean obviously this, to be honest, I think this really benefits the public relations office really quite loosely, but no, at the same time, this, I mean, they do have a connection, but it's not nearly as big as, you know, the fields where they're going to have investigators that are literally going to have entirely, I mean, I'm not assuming that the workflows are going to be entirely changed, actually. I shouldn't do that. Maybe, like, well, they're going to be significantly changed, but they're not entirely going to be changed. Well, maybe they will be if they're made so much easier. But anyway, we're all members of the same national police agency, so we'd like to do as much as possible to eliminate any problems.
ご遠慮なくおっしゃってください。
Please feel to speak up if there's anything else.
よくわかりました。
Oh yeah, brilliant. Oh my god, so is he actually getting the researcher's approval here? No, I completely understand.
そういった疑念を取り払って考えれば、確かに今回の企画は科警研にとっても良い話です。
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And if we can eliminate those doubts, this project will certainly make a good story for the and Rips. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh my god, it must just be so satisfying. I mean, if you know, do really well at a negotiation like these two have, I mean, obviously Tomoe is not really feeling this because she hasn't really done the best she thought she could have done, but yeah, they must just be so happy. It must be really quite hard to hold back the urge of, you know, how happy you are. After saying though, the researcher dressed in a white coat sitting in the head seat smiled and nodded while turning to the others to get their agreement. Looking at the name tag, his last name was Soma. I later learned from Mine-san that he was a powerful man with an authoritative role in the forensic medicine. Oh right, damn.
「この企画につきましては、これから研究所の幹部を交えた上で内容を吟味し、後日改めてご返事させていただきます。
Nice. We will discuss the details of this project with the executives at the institute and give you a formal reply afterwards. Yeah, that's really quite good, yeah.
本日はありがたいご提案と長時間のご説明をいただきまして、ありがとうございました。
These people are really quite nice. I mean, yeah, they're definitely modest and fair. Yeah, thank you very much for taking the time explaining these things and offering your valuable suggestions. But to be honest, I think at the same time, people like these, if you get on their good side, they're obviously good, but if you get on their bad side, yeah. Let's directly politely thank Mine-san and myself. Yeah, but I was the one who should be grateful to them for offering us an opportunity to explain things. Oh yeah, fair enough. I mean, these people are very highly qualified people. The fact that they'd actually, you know, abide their time for this, it really does show. Yeah, it does show. Thing to be grateful for, I suppose. But I was the one who should be grateful to them for offering us an opportunity to explain things, so I quickly bow back to him. Yeah.
本当に助かりました。
Oh my god, yeah, seriously, you were a big help. I
マイロさんが
agree,
助け
holy
舟を出し
fuck,
てくれ
yeah.
なかったらどうなっていたか。
Oh, I mean, to be honest, I still think she would have done it as good as she possibly could, but still though, I think Minor just, you know, from having been in the police field for longer and obviously knowing more about Honjo, I think he was just more suitable for that, to be honest. Yeah.
俺は事実を言っただけだぞ。
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, all I did was tell them
それ
the
に本
facts.
当の意味でお前を後押ししてくれたのは、
Oh
む
yeah,
しろ
definitely.
本庄さんだ。
If anything, they were, you know, distrusting, not really seeing, you know, what they were actually saying fully, just because they didn't really have any sort of credible sources to back up, you know, this big change that would have happened. But if Honjo was there, it's actually really quite interesting how the reactions changed. And the second, you know, Honjo was mentioned, yeah.
今度は改めてお礼を言っておけよ。
Oh yeah, thank you so much. You basically saved me at a meeting. So please give me your thanks next time you see him.
はい。
Right. In cases like that, it's important to remember that personal strength and talent are less important than winning the trust of others than... Yeah, than personal connections and titles. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. I mean, obviously you can't have one without the other, but still, yeah, very important stuff. Like, for example, if you had loads of connections, but you were shit at conveying your ideas, of course, you know, things wouldn't go to plan, let's just say. I used to feel an inferiority complex about that, but that's undeniably the truth. Yeah. Oh, that's really quite good. Yes, and now I'm grateful for all the people that have helped me and tried not to avoid being overconfident in myself. I engrave self-discipline into my heart so that I'd never forget that attitude.
今日はこのまま寮に直帰していいぞ。
You're gonna head straight home for today.
ここしばらくあまり寝てないんだろ。
Oh my god, fair enough, yeah. That's actually really quite funny. I mean, it's boss's orders, get some sleep. You haven't been getting much sleep these days, have you? I mean, my god, I completely forgot that she's basically been doing these things on, you know, really minimal amounts of sleep. I mean, my god, she really prioritizes her work so much so that, you know, she doesn't even get sleep.
でも疲れなのはむしろ。
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, there is, you know, obviously discipline and you know, not really feeling she should be the center of it, but my god, that is not good. Oh, but if anyone here is tired,
俺のことは気遣わなくてもいい。
Oh, no need to worry about me.
気まぐれに首を突っ込んで、その場の思いつきで勝手に口を挟んでいただけだからな。
Yeah, fair. I was just poking my nose in on a whim and acting on impulse.
ちょうどいい憂さ晴らしだったよ。
Just finding something amusing to dispel my troubles.
でも私、前野さんのフォローがなければ、広報がなんで口出ししてくるって言われたとき、とっさに反論ができなかったと思います。
No, definitely, yeah. But Mino-san, if you hadn't followed up for me there, I don't think I could have come up with an argument on the spot for why public relations should have been involved.
本当に
Yeah.
ありがとうございます。
No, it is really, really convenient that she's been there, but obviously, because she can't, you know, come up with stuff like that on the spot, she needs to, you know, spice up her game, really.
Yes, 虎の意を借りるのは狐の得意技だ。
Yes, I suppose so. Yeah, borrowing the power of a tiger is a fox's signature move.
王道を言うお前さんには真似は無理。というか、覚えなくてもいいことさ。
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, for somebody like you who walks the path of righteousness, that's impossible to imitate. Yeah, you need to be fully confident in what you're doing if you want to, you know, walk a good and genuine path. I agree. Mino-san tossed this empty can of coffee into a nearby trash can. Yeah. Oh, that's so convenient. Benefits of playing baseball for a school team. Number 1, you can throw stuff into the trash can without having to, you know, just barely missing it.
まあ、あとは結果待ちだな。
And then having to spend so much time just getting it up, putting it in the trash, and yeah, it's just, well, all that's left is to wait on the results.
それほど
Yeah,
時間
definitely,
を
yeah.
かけないと言ってたし、週明けには返答をもらえるだろう。
They said it wouldn't take too long, so I'm expecting a reply by the beginning of next week. Yeah, and I find it really quite interesting. Their workflow is going to be completely transformed when this happens.
それまでは今日のことを忘れて、いつもの仕事に励めよ。
Yeah. That was actually fair enough. Maybe she could have been, you know, so down in the dumps because of how she didn't really do a perfect job in, you know, the meeting that they just had. But no, yeah, she needs to continue with her work because sadly, personal sort of feelings like that, they definitely don't, let's just say they're not the most productive. Are you sure about that?
どうなんでしょうか。あの資料と今日の説明で科警研は動いてくれるでしょうか。
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, these people are very high names. They are researchers for, you know, the police science related things. So, forensic science as well, and medical science as well. Yeah, will that material in today's discussion be enough to make MRIPs take action?
そうだな。俺の見たところ、五分五分。
Well, as I see it, we've got 50-50 odds.
支部6部といったところか。
Well, let's hope they don't have 40. No, maybe closer to 40-60.
成功の可能性が4ですか？
Is that a 40% chance of
不
success?
満か？
Is that disappointing? Yeah, understandable, yeah. Is that disappointing?
まあ、それでも最後まで質問が絶えなかったことを鑑みれば上々の出来だった。
Even so, that's pretty good considering the constant inquiry until the last moment.
お前さんはよくやったと思うぞ。
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think you did a good job. I think she did as well. And considering that this is her first really, really important meeting, of course.
あ？
Sorry. Huh?
広報室にとって今回のプロジェクト提案は
Yeah, no,
ほ
I was
とん
kind
ど
of
見
thinking
入り
that.
が
But
な
at
い
the
の
same
は
time, I
分かっ
think,
ています。
you know, Minos thought about, like, you know, obviously all the investigation profiling techniques, and then them, I don't know, just would mediating be a correct word to use? Or mediating it to the TV companies to present. That would be their role.
逆に余計な作業を増やしてしまうことになるかもしれま
Oh,
せん。
yeah, fair enough, actually, yeah. In fact, it may even unnecessarily expand our
な
workload.
のに長官官房長や科警研の偉い人に
I
口添え
know,
をして
yeah,
もら
that's
う。
really good. Yeah, and yeah, big shots like the Secretariat and the NRIPs are willing to put in a good word. And it's actually quite surprising because you could obviously really get taken up on the fact that, you know, it may just disrupt their, you know, usual workflow and could potentially be, you know, priorities could potentially be, I don't know, made incorrectly. Well, not insufficiently is a better word. Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh my god, understandable. But that was just genuinely so random though. Oh my god, Testament is such a beautiful song. I need to... Gosh. I really don't know why, but I've never really seen this before, how melancholic this sounds. I've always seen the peace in it, I've never really seen how sad it sounds. God. Yeah, the initial motivation for this was that case from 3 months ago because I wanted to investigate the case of Ozaki Nagi-san's death and find out more about the key witness Yugu Dana. I mean, that is understandable, and I find it really quite interesting that if Nagi-san never died, if the Mountain Dogs had never committed that despicable act of murder, she would have never, you know, had any of this happen. She wouldn't have been in public relations. No, she'd still be in Kakiuchi because obviously you wouldn't have had any of the, you know, I think it was, no, what was his name? No, I can't remember, but yeah. You know, that conflict that eventually resulted in complaining about him, and you know, a higher up complaining about her, even though he was completely being an arsehole to her and stuff like that. I realised it was based on my own lingering regrets. No, but at the same time, even though it is based on them, yeah, they are going to get results. When I happened to contact Fujita-kun a few days ago and heard the progress on the case, it was unbearable. Oh yeah, understandable, because obviously without you know, her methods being fully incorporated, yeah, it must have been really quite difficult to investigate, and that really is quite a shame, yeah. Oh, the incident still had held mysteries the police couldn't comprehend, and though I'd like to be involved, I'm stuck here doing busy work. No, I know that must be really quite awful, that. This case is not about... No. There is, yeah. I couldn't agree more. And even now, there may still be something I can do. I want to do my best to respond to the feelings. Oh my god, yeah. Of the late Ozaki-san. When I reached that decision, I assembled a plan that clearly deviated from the public... Yeah. From the Public Relations Office. This is usual line of work. Yeah, deviated means to depart. Yeah. Yeah, and I do find it really quite interesting, because obviously the Public Relations Office, they would have a connection, but she, I don't know, the main reason she's sort of been willing to do this is not only because of how much it benefits, you know, overall investigations and, you know, police related things, but also for, you know, her own benefit, and to try and push the techniques that will potentially make them Katsunagi-sa's killer. Yeah. Honestly, I was prepared for Mino-san to push back, even when I first submitted this proposal to him. Yeah, Mino really sounds like the person that he's going to listen to ideas, even if they sound absurd, yeah. Yeah, brilliant. Oh my god, still I put all of my heart into it and planned to bet on that chance, even if the probability of success was only 1%. God. Yeah, but he did approve. That's really good, not even... I mean, it's on the get-go as well, not even any convincing required. That's really good. But surprisingly enough, Mino-san approved of the plan right from the get-go. In fact, he even persuaded the commissioner and the director, Jesus Christ, of Emirates about it, turning my pipe dream into a project of something feasible. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Oh, I think it's so nice that he really makes time for Tomoe and, you know, her concerns. And if anything, this is really important. It could literally change the future of investigation-related things. So, yeah, that's brilliant that he's actually, you know, making this, you know, effort to do this. Yeah, because obviously of how much it contrasted with what, you know, Public Relations Office are meant to be doing. Yeah, it may have been likely that, you know, that it wouldn't have been accepted, but no. It's really good, that. And I know the reason for Mino-san. Oh my god, yeah, fair. Yeah. Fair. That's why I was grateful for the depths of his feelings. But more than that, I was sorry.
Nah, Mirai.
Hey, Mina. Are you familiar with the copulation process? Copulation? What a weird word.
戦国時代とかで行われていた伝統的な金の精錬法のことですか?
Of course she knows this. You mean the traditional gold refining process from back in the Warring States period? Yeah, I'm actually really quite surprised. Yeah, of course he knows everything about it though. The topic came completely out of the blue, so I felt lost as I answered. Mino-san said, "You're very knowledgeable." No, I agree, yeah. Before continuing his story.
鉱山から掘り出された金の鉱石は一見ただの石ころとほとんど変わりない。
That's actually really quite interesting. So this analogy is going to be, you know, obviously gold looks like an ordinary stone, but when you know, obviously extract it, purify it, and separate it from the ore, then yeah, well, separate it from the ore and then purify it. How are you going to purify it if it's literally, you know, in an I'd assume in an oxidized compound. I don't know though, but yeah, yeah, but. What seems like something that, you know, may not be able to get anywhere, once you really, really develop it, it will. That's basically the message he's trying to get here. Yeah. When gold ore is first excavated from a mine, at first glance it almost looks like an ordinary stone. Boiling lead. Didn't realise that. My god, gold industry must be so bad for the environment. It probably uses a lot of water as well, I'd assume. You have to crush it, sift it, and then melt it in boiling lead.
そしてその溶けた液状の混合金属を灰と混ぜ合わせることで
Oh, interesting.
鉛と金を分離させる。
Yeah, we've learned about blast furnaces, so they use right, I need to actually think about it. I think there's sand on, so there's basically a method of getting pure iron, and they use carbon, which is a reducing agent, to actually get all of the, I think it's the sand on the the iron, and also you know, the impurities, like for example, you know, the oxidized particles and stuff like that. They use that to actually displace, I think it's, no, they use it to displace the oxygen, and then I think it wait, no, it doesn't make sense. No, it displaces the oxygen so that the oxygen is no longer in the metal, and then, yeah, then I think obviously the impurities are lighter. No, they're lighter than the actual metal itself, so they're just put into waste, like above the blast furnace somehow. I'm not entirely sure about that, but yeah.
誰が考え出したか知らんが大したやり方だ。
Oh my god, yeah, it's fucking genius. Don't know if you guys have ever learned about like ammonia production, but fucking hell, that shit is the Harbor process. I mean, my god, nuts stuff, really, really nuts stuff. Even like sulfuric acid, like the contact process, I mean, that's insane. I'm not sure who came up with it, but it's an incredible method. Yeah.
灰はそれ単体では土ぼこりと同じくどこにでもあるものだ。
That's just like dust, it's simply everywhere.
だ
Yeah,
が
yeah,
それが
fair.
なければ、金は鉛と混じり合ったまま、本来の存在価値を発揮することができない。
Yeah, but without it, there would be no way to separate the gold from the lead, so it would be impossible to demonstrate the value
俺
of
た
its
ちスタッフはそ
existence.
の灰だと昔教えられたことがあった。
Oh. They used to say that we staff officers were like the ash. Oh, interesting. So this is like an actual, you know, active metaphor that they actually used. Yeah, interesting. I mean, so I suppose this analogy is kind of saying, like, without the staff officers, you know, that are everywhere, they wouldn't be able to, you know, get the most important problems solved, really. Any organisation has people in important positions who are more or less ambitious and uprising with their own selfish desire. Yeah. Those people try to make others recognise their great abilities and the value of their existence, sometimes even taking risks to try and achieve something. Yeah. But if their selfish actions are taken too far and become self-righteous, or even risk becoming tyrannical, oh yeah, definitely, yeah, in some cases that can become detrimental to the organisation. It's easy to deny them and reject that, but shutting them down in an overly high-pressure way can offend the person and reduce their motivation. Oh yeah, ultimately losing out on some of the utility they could have brought. Yeah, in which case it would be better to keep them under control and steer them in the right direction. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Assembling the tactics and strategies behind a combat unit while considering the strengths and weaknesses of your staff and leading them to apply those skills effectively. Yeah, that was the role of the staff officer.
実際そういった才能のある連中と代替して同じことができるほどスタッフは偉いわけじゃない。
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, in fact, those staff aren't talented enough to take over for those talented people and do their jobs.
だから引け目もあるし、命令を下す資格があるかと言われたら反論できない。
That's why they develop inferiority complexes, and you can't argue back when questioned if you're ineligible to give orders.
かといって自分の能力のみを信じる彼らの好き勝手にやらせていたら、それはもう組織とは呼べん。
But if you allow people who only believe in their own abilities to do whatever they please, it's no longer an organization.
第一本来の能力も発揮できないだろう。
Oh yeah. First and foremost, you'll no longer be able to exert your original ability.
確かにその通りです。
That's exactly as you said. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
しかし逆に、そのスタッフが下り顔でふんぞり返ったり、傲慢に見下した態度を取れば当然現場の彼らは面白く感じるわけがない。
Easily, yeah. But on the other hand, if the staff officer looks down on the folks in the field with an arrogant attitude, they won't be amused.
まして自分の点数稼ぎのために彼らの手柄や名声を横取りするようなことがあったら、
easily.
誰もその命令に従ったりしなくなる。
You need to be very fair and very, I suppose very fair, but at the same time you need to be really, you need to just always, you know, have the best moves in the organisation that you possibly could. I mean, you need to obviously deliberately not make really bad mistakes, and you have to be so careful. You really do. And if there are times where you steal their fame and accomplishments to earn points for yourself, people will stop following your command.
だからスタッフは常に裏方として表には出ない存在であらねばならない。
So the staff officer must remain behind the scenes out of sight.
うまくいけば華々しい手柄や名声は全て彼らのもの。
This definitely works with policing as well. Tomoe will get all the credit if this goes well. Yeah, if things go well, the credit is all
俺たちスタッフは黙ってその祝勝会から去るだ
Yeah,
け
you just
さ。
suddenly leave the victory celebration. Yeah, I mean, obviously the thing that you've actually proposed will be applied as well. I mean, that in itself is so much of a reward. Could you imagine just like, for example, having an investigation like Tomoe later on? She's going to be able to do investigations, and then just thinking like, for example, some of the methods that are integrated into the policing, you know, system, they're hers. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely like Minai.
そういう生き方。
How
お
do
前
you
は
feel
どう
about
感じ
that
る？
way of life?
自分が前に立たなければ気が済まないか？
Would you be unsatisfied if you're not standing in the forefront?
それとも組織のため、そして何か別の大きなもののために無視になれるか？
Or can you do something selfless for the sake of the organization or for the sake of something larger? That's actually really quite interesting. So maybe her discovery won't obviously mean that she's completely famous, but at the same time she doesn't really care about, you know, fame and obviously significance in an organisation. She just wants to avenge the death of Nagisa at this point, and obviously, you know, she really wants to make it so any cases in the future are really, you know, solved in the best way possible.
私は
Oh yeah, it must be a really quite a difficult question. Yeah.
ま、暇な時にでも考えてみるといいさ。
Something to think about in your spare time.
そんじゃ俺は次の打ち合わせがある。
Anyway, I have another meeting to attend.
お前はゆっくり
You
休
get a
め。
good rest now, you deserve it.
お疲れさん。
Oh yeah, I couldn't agree more, yeah. She really does. Yeah, interesting. So maybe she won't, you know, have really significant credit for her discovery, but at the same time, because she's contributed so much to, you know, policing, that's just something to be proud about, and obviously benefited in the future with. After saying that, Mino-san left the break room. I watched him from behind as he went, and then silently gazed up in the ceiling for a while longer. Oh, right. It's a random end to the chapter. But yeah, that was actually quite cool. Must admit, I didn't really find it the most interesting at first, but when it gained on me, it really... No, not gained on me, it grew on me. That was actually quite cool. So, yeah. What's next? Ooh. Wait, hang on a second. I'm really looking in the wrong place. Alright, so, ooh, okay. It looks like we've got some pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, so... I'm just... I didn't even read which fragment, right? Fragment 28. Oh wait, we're on page 4. Oh my god. I thought we were on page 3. Right, 6 on the dice. Okay. Right.
それじゃあ我々の勝利を祝して乾杯
Kappai! That just sounds like the Japanese equivalent of kapow! Right, I'm gonna have a little break. Right, okay. I have done the thing that is called returning. Okay, alright, here's the victory. Oh, that's really nice, having a drink together. I wonder who's actually...
Kanpai!
Oh, so Soma. Wait, hang on a second. Soma was one of the people that was actually, you know, within the, you know, the researchers for the police science. Wait, hang on a second, so... Oh, we don't actually see anything here. That's quite nice that, you know, obviously it doesn't really matter about their occupation, they're still going to, you know, have a drink together. Cheers! We all held up our full beer glasses and sang out following Mino-san's lead. The contents spilled out a bit, but none of us were particularly concerned. I think if they were concerned, let's be honest, they'd either, I don't know, if the beer spills, they die, or like, I don't know, they're too posh or something like that, I don't know. Oh, you get the proper I suppose ASMR experience at this point.
いやー
Oh, I
こ
can
の
imagine
寒
that,
い
yeah.
時期に冷えたビールってのはなかなか大津だな
Cold beer in this cold season is quite nice. Cold season? Oh yeah, hang on a second, I forgot it was springtime here, I think.
こう首の後ろがキャ
No,
ー
it was
ッ
winter
と
actually,
引き
but
締まるっていう
I
か
wouldn't be surprised.
鍋の熱気を中和して何杯でもいけそうだぜ
With this tension in the back of my neck, it neutralizes the hot air coming from the pot, so I can drink as many cups as I'd like. Oh my god, that's brilliant.
だからって飲みす
Oh
ぎ
my
ない
god,
でくだ
yeah,
さい
yeah,
ね
definitely though. Yeah, still don't drink too much though. All right.
今日は私も飲んでいますからご自宅には送っていけません
Oh,
よ
yeah, it's just really quite funny. This is drinking time. Where's the rationality? Why is there rationality? I'm drinking too, so I can't drive you home
分
today.
かってるってのはしつこいな
I know, man, you're persistent.
今日はそんなにビール飲まねえよ
Oh, I won't drink that much today. Somehow I beg to
おい
differ.
おかみ熱燗3本だ
I think that's a little bit contradictory. Hey, hostess, 3 more orders of hot sake.
カーッと胸の奥から燃えたぎるようなやつを頼むわ
Bring something that'll make my heart feel like it's on fire. Oh my god, so this guy not only drinks, but he drinks stuff that's really fucking hot as well. I mean, like, whenever... Oh my god, I can't have hot things. I mean, obviously, I'm one of those people that, you know, whenever dinner's finished, I eat it the second it's made. We don't wait for it to cool down, so I'm really accustomed to having very, very hot food. Not in terms of spicy, but like, well, spicy, I am good at spice, but yeah, like really, really steaming hot food.
日本酒飲んでたら一緒じゃないですかもう
Just because you're drinking sake doesn't mean we need to drink it together. Oh my god, they do, yeah.
いいコンビですね
Just like father, just like daughter, eh? They both made a good pair, you know, with, what's, Yusuke and, Mine, they both made a good pair, so obviously Tomoe, Mine, will. Oh, that's gonna, I bet you that's gonna completely embarrass them. Yeah, he was from Emirates, yeah. The man sitting across from our chief Soma of the Emirates curiously watched our interactions while opening up another beer bottle. When I noticed that, I quickly took the bottle and said, "Here you go," while filling his glass. That's really quite funny, yeah, just all those subtle acts of gaining as much approval as possible.
ああどうも気が利くね
Yeah, oh, thanks, you're so considerate.
ちょっと前
That's
野さ
really quite
ん
nice.
あんまり年下の女性をいじめちゃいけませんよ
No, Mino-san, you shouldn't bully a younger woman,
た
you
だ
know?
でさえあなたは部下や関係者への当たりが厳しいって評判なんですから
Oh, that's actually really quite interesting. So, that's really surprising though, because obviously I've never seen him be strict whatsoever, yeah. And to make it worse, you have a reputation of being extremely strict with your subordinates and colleagues.
調子に乗ってると人事から突っ込まれてまた左門会にかけられますよ
You should lighten up on that. You end up in another HR inquiry
失礼
meeting.
ないじめてねえよ
He's not though.
そりゃもう俺は未来に対しては親が子に接するように優しく海外しくそして真摯に
In fact, I treat Minai the way a parent would treat their child, gently, patiently, and sincerely.
あんたまだ独身でしょう
You're still single, aren't you? You can be a single parent, I mean, but at the same time.
まあ親子という例えは確かにその通りです
Well, the parent/child analogy does hold true.
もっともライオンの親子に近い関
Oh,
係
yeah,
ですが
fair enough. Yeah, but it's close to a lion's parent and child relationship. I suppose it's close to any natural animals because obviously they will raise you for like a year or two, but then yeah, you're fucking off. You're gonna go into the wider world, really.
「先人の谷に叩き落としてしごき鍛えられてるってか
Oh, right. Knocking your cups to the bottom of a ravine for the sake of their track. Jesus.
そりゃいいイメージぴったりだ
Well, it's not a very nice image for me. I'm thinking about like somebody being kicked down a Minecraft ravine. That's what I'm basing it off of. And then, yeah, not really being able to get back up, dying of fall damage. That's great. What a perfect mental image. I mean, yeah, that's kind of scary. I mean, at least they get training. I suppose it's all about the outcome. even if that outcome may never happen because of how difficult, you know, the training may be, in this analogy at least.
Oh, Minai.
Oh, Minai. He's saying it's time for me to actually kick you to the bottom of the valley. Minai's going to say, it will help me with my investigation. Of course it is. Mine-no-san caught up with a half-teasing, half-serious look on his face. Oh, just a little while ago I was frightened when he stared at me like this, but now I had built enough. But I built up enough of a tolerance that I could even laugh for it. Oh yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah. That just really shows how much he's, you know, grown to him and grown used to, you know, his way of working, really. Plus, mine was almost tough when it came to work, and he gave a stern scolding every time I overlooked something. But if you keep calm and think through all his points, every single one of them is conscientious and accurate. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, that's really quite good. I mean, even though, you know, scolding is brutal, that's so true. That is if you have a fair manager. If you don't, then of course it's bad. Yeah, his strict reproach and warnings were his way of expressing his high expectations than others. Oh yeah, that's fair, yeah. He definitely does have high expectations. He wants his workers to achieve the best, and I think that's really good. Obviously, you know, while not pushing them to unrealistic standards, and obviously being, you know, really quite, I suppose, micromanaging like person as well. And after I understood that, I disregarded the concerns from the other people at the public relations office and started being proactive. Yeah, fair. That's good. She has risen above the concerns. This is really irritating. So even if the parent/child relationship is slightly overstating it, it's more like a brother and sister relationship. Oh, for fuck's sake. Blimmin'. Glasses being glasses. Between siblings of a large age gap. Yeah, that's fair enough, actually. As if it's a good relationship, obviously. Yeah, fair. Is it selfish of me to see it that way? I don't really think so. But just for tonight. I wanted to go back to the old times just a little, so I intentionally pleaded to be... pretended to be ill-tempered. Seeming to realise that Mine-no-san had a slight wry on his face and leaned his face closer to look at me from below. What's that, Minai? Are you still angry? Oh my god, this is gonna end in fire, bet.
別に怒ってませんよ。
No, I'm not particularly upset.
怒ってないけど、ちょっとだけ騙された気分で
Just a
傷
little
つ
bit
いて
hurt
るだ
about
け
being
です。
deceived.
おいおい
Deceived? Well, I'm hurt.
騙したなんて人聞きの悪い俺がお前に嘘なんて
Did
言
I
った
ever
か
lie to you? This feels like it is conflict.
嘘は言ってませんけど、本当のことも言ってくれなかったじゃないですか。
You may have not lied to me, but you did abstain me for telling the truth, didn't
だ
you?
いたい前野さんと相馬さんがお知り合いだったなんて、
Oh.
私
That
今
is
日
fair
初めて
enough,
聞きましたよ。
Minor-san, you and Soma-san were already acquainted, yet today was the first I've ever heard of it.
しかも大学の同じゼミの先輩後輩の関係なんて思いっきり身内じゃないですか。
Oh, right, and not just that, but you attended the same college at the same time and had a senior and junior relationship with one another. You're practically family. That really must have influenced, obviously, how easy things were. But the thing is, obviously, personal relationships making... I mean, it will make them less reluctant to, obviously, you know, agree and feel that these people are talking genuine sense, because obviously they know how, you know, how brilliant these people can be just from the, you know, past experience they've had with each other. But at the same time, they can't let, you know, personal views completely influence stuff. I mean, God, that wouldn't be a trait of an organisation. Or it would be a trait of a very shit organisation, but yeah. Oh god, maybe Mano's gonna get annoyed because obviously Tomoe's forgot. Didn't I tell you before? Sorry, I must have forgotten. Oh, what about face lie? Oh. Oh, he must have intentionally kept silent because he wanted to tease me and make me think I had enemies on all sides when I desperately pleaded with Emirates for their cooperation. That's actually quite interesting because he wanted to obviously make it seem sort of more intense than it actually is, just so that Tomoe would, you know, never think that she can relax. Looking back on it now, Soma-san always spoke up just at the right time during the presentation, trying to set up the atmosphere in the room to give us an advantage. Oh. That's really quite interesting. Wait, hang on a second. I want to see if I can get like a moment where Soma speaks, just so I can sort of confirm this for myself. Oh, Soma, here we are. Yeah, interesting. I just skipped over and I saw a thing about Honjo. Yeah, he was one of the people that, you know, ensured that Honjo was obviously, you know, really significant. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting that, yeah. That's really good, yeah. In other words, I was completely taken in by Mino-san's plan. I was writhing in agony, even though our victory was practically assured from the start. Oh, but the only thing is, I think it's really quite good that Mino did this, because obviously Tomoe doesn't know this, and if she was so confident that, you know, she always thought victory was going to be there, she wouldn't have, you know, done as well as she did, and obviously she wouldn't have that pressure as well, so, yeah. Yeah, interesting. Oh my god, but even though it obviously builds a great worker, yeah, this isn't really the best thing. You know how miserable I felt during that presentation. Oh.
スキルと知識がはるか上の偉い人たちにプロファイリング分析の必要性と協力の要請をするなんてまさしく釈迦に説法な気分だったんですから。
Making me explain the necessity of profiling analysis to people older than me, top brass people far more skilled and knowledgeable than me, and asking for their help. I felt like I was teaching fish to swim. I love that.
自分が知ったかぶった態度を取ってるんじゃないかって。どれだけ気恥ずかしかったか。
Oh my god, yeah, fair enough, yeah. Do you have any idea how embarrassing it is to know that you were carrying on with that sly attitude?
確かにあれは見物だったよな。
Yes, certainly was a sight to behold.
プロファイリング分析の細かいところに突っ込みを入れたら、懸命に動揺を隠そうとしながら返答を絞り出そうとしているのがバレバレです。
Seriously, yeah. Oh god, that's awful. And the fact that these people could actually notice it. Once you were interrogated on the finer details of profiling analysis, you were clearly trying to hide agitation while squeezing out the answers.
正直、こっちも笑いをこらえるのが大変だったよ。
Oh god, that's awful. To be honest, it was hard to keep myself from laughing. God.
相馬さんもひどいです。
You do, Soma-san. That's terrible. It's still terrible.
絶対皆さんの方がお詳しいって分かっていましたけど。
Oh my god.
だったら あの時私をからかっていたんですか？
Oh, that really is awful. I figured you knew me more than anyone else, but even you were making fun of me at the
私
time.
相馬さんたちからご指摘を受けるたびに自分の勉強不足が申し訳なくて。
So, every time you and the others pointed something out, I seriously felt terrible about my insufficient study.
まあまあ、確かに少し遊びが過ぎたかもしれんな。
Well, it's true that we may have gotten a little carried
だが
away.
逆にそれが良かったの
It
さ。
did, yeah, definitely, yeah. But on the other hand, things went well. As he said that, Mino-san collected the hot sake from the waitress had just brought, and then handed a glass to Soma-san and another to me with a cheerful smile on his face. Then he filled each glass one by one before turning to me with a broad grin.
プロファイリング分析の手法は科警研が数年前から目をつけていた。
Henry's have been following profiling analysis techniques for several years now. Oh, that's actually really quite surprising. So obviously, because of how long they've been doing it, it really would be within their best interests to, you know, get the most out of it. Because they've been trying to do it for years. They'll be more likely to accept opportunities that arise, if you ask me. Oh my god, that must be so embarrassing with Tomoe though, seriously. Oh my god, if I was in her situation, I would never be able to get over that. Seriously. The NREPs have been following profiling.
俺も相馬から何度かその関連の話を聞かされて、本当にそれが確立されれば、
That's really good. Yeah,
事件
yeah,
捜査の革新的な進歩があり得るという期待を持ったもん
yeah, and
だ。
I found it really quite interesting. Solmar was definitely a good person for this, you know, for this hearing. I mean, obviously because of, you know, this meeting being completely, I mean, it was just determined from the start that it was going to win, but at the same time, yeah, Solmar actually, you know, having connections with Minor, I think it did help, but it didn't fully decide. It obviously maximised the chances, but still, yeah, him having an interest in this really was convenient. Solmar has even spoken to me about it several times in the past. I really expect a revolutionary advancement in investigation progress if it can become well established. Yeah,
そして茨城県警の本庄さんが意見交流会で発表したプロファイリングについての論文は、その発端になり得るものではと思えるほどに興味深いものだった。
In a paper Honjo-san of Ibaraki Prefectural Police submitted at a meeting drummed up enough interest to get things started. Oh, but even though they reached a consensus that it would be necessary to test it in the field, they never put it into practice. Oh, interesting. Because Emirates doesn't have the authority to put together an organisation to handle the proposal. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, hang on a second. So I wonder if public relations do. Thus, there was no framework for establishing who was in charge of the field and who was responsible. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Plus, the connection between MRIPs and the field investigators was worse than non-existent. It was negative. What? Damn. I'm actually quite surprised about that. Interesting. Thanks to that, both sides resented one another for getting in the way of their work. Oh yeah, definitely, because obviously their workload would have been entirely changed. So yeah, of course it would have, you know, got in the way of it, or stealing the credit for their accomplishments. So it would be impossible to clear out those doubts. Yeah, fair enough, actually, yeah.
スタッフ系ではなく現場出身の元刑事が提案し
Desk
そして
jockey.
実践に移す手段を持ちかけてきた時
That's really
俺たち
good.
はむしろ喝采を上げたのさ
It's so good that these people were really, really enthusiastic as well. That's why we all cheered when we heard the person who came up with the means to put it into practice. It wasn't some desk jockey, but a detective with prior field experience.
俺たちがどれだけ言葉を尽くして正論を並べ立てても現場との壁はそう簡単には打ち破
Someone
る
is
こと
very
ができ
respected
ない
as well. No matter how exhaustingly we explain the theories behind it, the wall between us and the field couldn't be broken so easily.
だが見ない警部
But Chief Inspector Mina.
警察庁上層部からのお達しに加えて現場刑事たちに近いお前さんが橋渡し役を務めるというのなら
Yeah, I couldn't agree more,
おそら
yeah.
く彼らも無下にはせずに耳を傾けてくれるだろう
Not only do you have reach with the upper echelons of the MPA, but you're closer to the field detectives, so they'd probably be willing to listen to you, and you can act as the bridge between. Yeah.
テレビ局との提携も確実性と秘密主義にこだわりすぎて自情自爆に陥っていた科警研には必要な刺激だった
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, the time with the TV stations was also a necessary motivator for the MPA. Rips even, who had shot themselves in the foot with their obsession with secrecy and
その可
reliability.
能性に俺たちはかけたんだよ
Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting. That I mean, this is perfect, and I kind of get the impression with Yamaoki, he probably knew a lot of the investigation profiling techniques she had, and yeah, I think this really was why he began doing this. I think he's such a good, he's such a good, and he really knows how to make these people have the best sort of outcomes in their future. Really, I mean, it really is good. I mean, it's just like this was perfectly picked for Tomoe. Seriously, this, public relations job. And it's actually really quite interesting. I mean, Myanmar beforehand, he really thought it was just quite awful going into public relations. But yeah, he slowly saw the light.
Soma-san.
その期待にお前さんは十分すぎるほど応えてくれた
Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting. So they bet on the possibility that, this is going to succeed. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, and you've more than met those expectations. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's really good this, and even more than met those
ありがとうね
expectations.
見ない警部
Yeah, thank you, Chief Inspector Mino.
仲間の分まで感謝させてくれ
Yeah, let me thank you on behalf of my colleagues as well. Someone gave me a gentle look as he raised his glass in hand. When I first met him, he seemed stiff, prideful, and hard to reach. Yeah, but he didn't alter his behaviour at all. But Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. Just because I was younger or female, so I was honestly impressed by his sincere attitude. Yeah, he's not only sincere, but he is a real, genuine person as well. That's
まあ
good,
お前
yeah.
さんから提供された資料を読んだ時から科警研の所長と総務部長は今回の提案に対して賛成するつもりでいたそうだ。
Oh my god, wow. Well, ever since they read the material you prepared for this proposal, the director of MREPS and the general manager were already going to agree to it. That's really surprising. I mean,
本庄さんのネームバリューと
oh,
そ
yeah,
れ以上に
interesting,
官房
fair.
長の口利きがあったことが大きかったんだがな。
Yeah, having the approval from you know, the commissioner and his secretary as well. I mean, that's really, really good. I mean, Commissioner's Yamaoki, I'd assume. And of course, that was largely due to Honjo-san's name being attached, and the commissioner's influence making a big deal out of it.
そして現場の主任クラスでそれなりに発言力のある奴らには相馬が事前に根回ししてくれていた。
Yeah, and Solmar negotiated in advance to have speaking power with somebody on the chief level out in the field.
実際のところ出来レースだとお前は不快に思うかもしれないほどに
fair enough,
状況は俺たちにとってフォローだったのさ。
In fact, we had such a strong tailwind behind us that I might be uncomfortable calling it a fair race.
光栄です。
I'm honoured.
ですが、
Yeah.
皆さんのそこまでのご好意に甘えて頼り切ってしまって、
Yeah, but I'm also sorry
なんだ
for
か
having
申し
come
訳
to
ない
be
です。
down all the kindness you
結
provided.
局私は何もできず、皆さんのお気遣いに乗っかっただけで。
She still proved how good she was in that, you know, meeting.
そこまで自分を卑下するな。
Yeah, that too. Yeah, no need to be so humble.
俺たちはお前が頼りないから支援したわけじゃない。
Oh yeah, definitely. We didn't choose to support you because we thought you needed it.
お前が俺たちの域をしっかり理解できるやつだと
Yeah,
見込ん
that's
だから
really
こそ
good. Yeah.
遠慮なく力を貸したんだ。
Yeah, and obviously this would be really quite good because, like, mine, or especially he has a clear assessment of just how good Tomoya would be, and obviously he's been able to apply that to, you know, just thinking how suitable would she be for these tasks. We helped you without any hesitation because we fully expected you to be capable of carrying out our will.
その点についてはしっかり胸
I
を
couldn't
張れ。
agree more. I mean, if she's, you know, literally been picked for these people and obviously predicted to have, you know, to have good possibilities of actually being able to apply this stuff, it's brilliant. That's actually really quite interesting that, you know, yeah, Solmar obviously got a really, really experienced detective. He actually negotiated for it, that's good. Yeah. I think it's just really quite good that obviously, you know, she's not trying to convince an empty crowd. You know, all of these people have real and clear aspirations for actually getting this to, you know, exist. That's really good, yeah. Huh?
責任と覚悟を持つ心構えは確かに大事だ。
Oh my god, it's Futari Hitori, I think. Yeah. Love this song. Yeah, responsibility and conviction are certainly important things to have.
そしてそれを他人に訴えかけるためには、やはり本人が努力している姿を見せるしかないだろう。
And you can only get through to others by demonstrating that you're capable of making that necessary effort. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you can have the responsibility and beliefs, but yeah, if you don't convey them and you don't make other people, you know, for other people make your beliefs seem really significant, then yeah, it's just gonna be a belief until it becomes reality, really. Better for some things, obviously not possible for others, but yeah.
だがな、それは自分一人で全てを背負わなきゃいけないってことじゃない。得意分野は誰かに任せて、自分は自分にできることを全力でやる。
Yeah, yeah. Leave others to handle their area of expertise and just do the best.
初めから他力本願は良くないが、
Oh yeah, yeah.
自分一人でできる範囲も量もたかだか知れているってことを忘れるな。
Yeah, it's wrong to depend on others from the start, but never forget that there's only so much you can do entirely on your own. No, I agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
前野さん。
それに勘違いしないでくれよ。
And please don't misunderstand.
俺たちはお前さんに振り回されたんじゃない。
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
むしろ
I couldn't agree more.
振り回すんだ。
Don't think that we're being swayed, but you were actually acting out of
ずっ
our
と
own
今まで
accord.
変えたいと思っていたことを実現するためにな。
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is for the sake of making a change we've always dreamed of a reality. Yeah.
だから引け目になるな。堂々としていけ。
Oh, yeah, I like that. So don't feel inferior. Be proud.
そしてこれから先も俺たちの期待に応えてみせろ。
And continue living up to our expectations. And continue living up to our expectations.
お前さんにできる
definitely, yeah.
一番の貢献だよ。
No, I couldn't agree more, yeah. That is the very best thing you can do to contribute. Yeah, I mean, even though obviously her role may not be as big as the people that, have, specialist, I suppose they have, like, specialist experience in, mitigating the whole changes and everything. But, yeah, because Tomoe doesn't have that, she doesn't need to feel inferior and as a result, drained from it. That's good that he's saying that. Oh, I like that.
ありがとうございま
Thank
す。
you. Mano-san, Soma-san. Your words are so... No, I couldn't agree more. They're really, really nice people. They really are. I've been doing my utmost to persuade the researchers at NRIPS. That's why I eschewed sleep to desperately work on compiling these materials. My god. And I mean, obviously, that normally would be quite sad, but at the same time, that is fucking cool. That really is. Yeah, I think it's so good. That really just shows how truly dedicated she is. Wow. God, yeah. If I failed, I'd be betraying the kindness and support of the Minos-san, the commissioner, the director, and everybody had shown to me. Yeah, so if I continue to feel the heavy responsibility of that, that's understandable actually, yeah, I mean, but, yeah, definitely, yeah, they're not just doing it for her sake, and I think it's really good that she's realising that actually. Yeah, because you obviously feel a little bit guilty that, everybody's just doing this for you, like, why are you so special? But no. But the truth is, these great people around me are doing this exhausting work for their sake as well. Thank you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, oh my god, definitely, yeah. What a stunted, arrogant way of thinking, believing I had to do something huge all on my own. Yeah, and I find it really quite interesting. I kind of get the impression that she sort of had this with the Nagisa case. I mean, just thinking, like, obviously knowing that everybody is there, but only really seeing her sort of investigating it and, finding the truth herself.
とはいえ見ない警部。
Although she even spoke to me now.
これからがさらに大変だぞ。
Ooh, true. From now on, things are going to get even more difficult. They're going to have more influence. They're going to have more people to speak to, and yeah, they're just going to have more people to convince in general, really.
お前は現場の捜査員やその責任者に掛け合って今回のプロジェクトに力を貸してもらえるよう頼んで回らなきゃいけないんだからな。
I've had my phone charged in my computer for 2 hours, and yet it's not full battery yet. That's really surprising. Don't tell me I've got my processor on saving energy saving mode. I haven't as well. That's surprising. But yeah.
むしろこれからの方が大変かもし
Oh
れな
yeah,
い。
definitely. I mean, even though this was, you know, it was a beginning, but yeah, it's gonna get difficult and difficult and more difficult and more difficult. Yeah. Yeah. Your project. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
現場の連中は抱えている事件だけでも手一杯だから、
Oh yeah,
得
fair
体の
enough.
知
Yeah,
れない
definitely.
依
They're
頼や
not
要
going to be
請に
free
は当
whatsoever.
然難色を示すはずだ。
Yeah, it must be really quite difficult for the investigators because they're going to have like, you know, a completely different set of techniques that they're going to have to, you know, incorporate into their work, even though if they, you know, have a slower workflow, less work is going to be done objectively. Yeah, I wonder how they're going to do it. The on-site investigators have their hands full with plenty of casework, so needless to say they'll be hesitant to agree with any unfamiliar requests and demands. Yeah.
思っているほどに簡単なものじゃないぞ。
Yeah, getting through to them is not as easy as you might think. Definitely, if they're convinced, if they're really, you know, they just have a firm belief in their techniques and their
心しま
techniques
す。
only. But at the same time, you really think that someone as confident as Tomoe is going to, you know, fail. I'll take that to heart.
甘えることなく今回のように
Oh,
当たって
nice.
砕ける覚悟で説得に
Imagine
臨みます。
Tomoe doing a good job at that. I mean, do you remember with Tomoe and Natsumi? I mean, obviously it's more of a sort of personal level with those two. I mean, Tomoe didn't really know Natsumi much at all, but yeah. At the same time, though, I mean, Tomoe really thrived when, you know, Natsumi was getting into one of her most paranoid states, and, you know, it was just about all of her problems and, you know, kindness and her friends just only being kind to her, because it was obviously her paranoid sort of interpretation of, you know, Chisato being really quite kind to her only because of her being interested and only because of selfish interest as opposed to actually caring for her. Yeah. She really gave it her all there. We know how good she is when, you know, she does stuff like that. I mean, my god, I will never forget that scene. It was so fucking good. For a moment I thought to myself, I already know that, but I wasn't. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Tomoe definitely doesn't sound like the person that, you know, is uninformed in risks. Because answering that way would make light of mine or sounds full advice. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, you can't do that.
おお、来た来た。
Oh, is there a bit
待
waiting?
ってましたよ。
Is that a meal or? Just then the waitress walked in with the hot pot ingredients. Ooh, as if she could read the amateur of the room. Mino-san cheered as he grabbed it and then tossed it to the pot without any hesitation.
フグ鍋か。
Pufferfish hot pot, huh? Oh. Wow. This is actually my first time eating pufferfish. Eating pufferfish, oh my god, that must be so weird. Wait, so I want to just get a picture of what they're eating. Pufferfish. A deadly delicacy, that's so cheesy, but at the same time. these. This looks horrifying. Screw it. Ooh, look at this. Can you see this alright? Yeah, you can. You can see everything. That looks properly nice. I can imagine having that with chips. Oh my god, I've got to search that up afterwards. Yeah, that's... Jesus. Yep, that definitely makes me lose my appetite. God. That is a horrible photo. That really is. I mean, it doesn't even look that nice. No. But I've got to say, oh shit. Alright then, that's what I intended to search for. Nah, you can't get puffer fish and chips. That would have been so funny if you could, but nah. This is actually my first time eating pufferfish. Yeah, so I wonder if I actually care to read this. Maybe I'd, like, see a taste description. Oh my god, wait. Oh god. Oh my god, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm a little worried about getting poisoned. I don't really think a pufferfish in that state is going to be able to poison you. But yeah, but if I said anything about it, Mino-san and Soma-san would seriously laugh at me.
Oh
yeah, fair enough. It must be really quite nice as a director just to have, you know, the responsibility and, you know, the feelings of accomplishment from that responsibility. Honestly, I really wanted to play a hands-on role.
残念ながら今、結構な数の事件鑑識の依頼が重なってて、ちょっと無理っぽいんですよ。
But unfortunately, there are a lot of requests for forensic investigations nowadays, so it's kind of impossible for me.
今後お手伝いできるのはせいぜい下準備くらいですかね。
That's good, but obviously, like we saw at the beginning of this, at the beginning of this meeting that we've learnt about today, it was really quite effective what he was doing.
ま、できるやつに仕事が集まるのは仕方ないさ。
I agree, yeah. Life is like you do work and then you just get piled with more work every single time. Well, it's inevitable that the work piles up for the capable. It does, yeah.
担当は誰になりそうだ?
So who will be charged of things then?
おそらく能力的に適しているということで、大内主任じゃないかと。
The person most suitable for the task is probably Chief Oichi.
もっとも若干温情人事も関わっているみたいですがね。
Although it seems personal affairs is giving it more some consideration. Oh my god, I thought that said personnel affairs is giving up some consideration.
おうちか。せめて岸とか山辺あたりならいろいろ進めやすかったんだが、あいつはどうも自分を過信してるところがちょっとな。
Oh god, working under somebody like that, and obviously, well, he manages things. Yeah, so the person being in charge potentially being really quite overconfident, and obviously that may mean he may influence some of the things that he'll do to his own gain. Oh god, I hope not. Yeah, he does at least have a lot of experience in many fields, but it concerns me how overconfident he is in himself.
大丈夫とは言い切れませんね。
Well, I can't say it will be alright.
もっとも現場の捜査員たちと積極的に接点を持たない限り、多分問題ないでしょう。
If he's really overconfident and then he's dealing with people that, you know, naturally don't like him, That would not go very well, but as long as he's not actively dealing with investigators in the field, there probably won't be any problems.
そのあたりは調整役の見ない警部の働きに期待って感じですかね。
I'm expecting to Midnight to play an active role as the coordinator on that front. Oh, she's going to do brilliantly, especially if she goes to a place called Kakiuchi.
あとは
Plus. Well, half listening to the conversation between the two of them, I opened the lid on the pot and gazed at it while feeling distant. Oh, yeah. To be honest, she has had some serious bad luck. But she's also had some really good luck. So, yeah, until a few months ago, I thought there was nobody as unlucky as me. But the truth is, I've had an incredible series of good luck. No, I agree, yeah. Mino-san, Soma-san, the Commissioner's Secretariat, the Director of Emirates, and Hojo-san. Hojo. He said it again. Yeah, but, yeah, seriously, though. There's been so many people that, you know, they've been such good connections that she's actually met. And, you know, have actually had... And she's, yeah, Yamaki as well, my god. I suppose there's so many excellent and influential supporters, it was scary. Oh yeah, understandable, yeah. My hand trembles as I held the ladder, but at the same time, I mean, if you shouldn't be scared, you should be so happy. I mean, looking at the current situation, yes, it was like being passed a set of dice and rolling a 6 over and over. I mean, that is understandable, to be honest. I mean, she's met so many good people. Seriously. And I mean, to be honest, I think it was really quite convenient that obviously... I mean, it really is like a 6. I mean, so firstly you have, in the, you know, meeting, you have, Soma and... Soma? Yeah, Soma and Mino, obviously, you know, they're really in cahoots and everybody there has a real interest in actually doing the project. And second, it's not like Tomoya's just trying to convince, you know, a bunch of people that, you know, are just complete brick walls. And then, you know, obviously they were going to accept it even from before Tomoya had actually, you know, had actually done the proposition. And then we also have Yamaoki just being under such a fucking good boss. And obviously Yamaoki actually transferring her to Kakiuchi. And also, I suppose that's it, but yeah. And also the connections with Honjo as well, actually being, you know, her position allowing her to be there when she began being a detective. Yeah, fair enough. On the other hand, I'm wondering what unexpected pitfalls are waiting beyond this good fortune. I mean, yeah, there will be a few. It will never be good luck this significant. Not always. Now, small anxiety floated to mind, stabbing and oh yeah, fair enough. Whenever you have really good luck, I just feel that sometimes afterwards it's bad luck that follows. Yeah, but I hope that's not the case. Yeah, but I have no time for hesitation. No, I agree, I like that. Yeah, I need to move forward. I decided I'll keep going. Yeah.
Nagisa-san.
Oh, Nagisa-san.
まだまだクリアするものは多いけど、
My
なんとか
God,
頑張れそうよ。
I think it's so nice that Tomoya, I mean, she barely knows Nagisa, but at the same time, she still, you know, she's just got so much of a connection with her, and she feels so much of a duty as well. I mean, she has such a big heart, and obviously, yeah, sometimes it does lead to her demise, but at the same time, it leads to her fucking achieving stuff. My God, there are still so many things I need to accomplish, but I think I can do it.
待っててね。
So please wait a little longer. Oh, that's so nice. I mean, I really hope she can do it. I mean, but at the same time though, achieving Nagisa's, obviously everything about Nagisa being achieved, that's going to rely on the mountain dogs, you know, their secrets being completely exposed, and obviously being able to, you know, expose their secrets and actually investigate them without getting, you know, political pressure from higher up, shutting down their investigation. They're going to have to be very careful on that. I wonder how they're actually, sorry, how and if they're actually going to be able to do it. Alright. I've got to actually find my thing. Right. So fragment 18, 19 and 20. I'm wanting to read, so god. Ooh. Wait, hang on a second, what? Wait, what? Is this... What? Hang on a second, so is this Tsumi Horoboshi that we're actually going to be reading? Is Miyotsukushi... Who says Miyotsukushi? No, Miyotsukushi Uda. Is actually going to be based on Tsumi Horoboshi. Ooh. Incident Report 3, Hinamizawa Branch School Hostage Incident. Yeah, occurrence. June 25th, 1983, around noon. Location, Hinamizawa village of Shishibone City. Hinamizawa Forest Services building. Yeah, of course they have to refer to it as that as opposed to the, you know, the branch school, because yeah, that is objectively its use. Oh, I so hope Tomoe can do it though, seriously. They're such nice people. I really have respect for them, not only because of, you know, how brilliant they are in terms of their positions, but, you know, just how nice they are in terms of personality. Overview. Around noon on June 25th, the culprit invaded the Hinamizawa Forest Services building. Yeah, she broke into the Hinamizawa Branch School classroom, which was in that same building. Yeah. Yeah, and took 25 students hostage. Yeah. After that, a large quantity of gasoline was spread across the classroom and the culprit holed up inside for over 7 hours. Jesus, I never actually realised that, but yeah. The situation was in a deadlock, but around 6:45 PM on the same day. Oh, that's brilliant! So that's actually really quite interesting. Could you imagine if Miyotsukushi Yuda actually faces the good ending of Tsumi Horoboshi? I mean, I like the sounds and everything, but they're fucking irritating. Like the sounds of the typing that would never go away when I was trying to reread. God, it really is unbelievable. Over 7 hours, I mean, my god. Yeah. That's so good though, yeah. The culprit chased one hostage. The culprit chased one hostage who fled to the roof and engaged in a brief fight. Oh my god, yeah, some of the best things I think we've ever read in Higurashi. Oh my god. If there's one scene I would want to reread, holy fuck is that. But around 7:10 PM the same day, the culprit was disarmed and the last hostage was released. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Damage. 4 people were injured. Yeah, oh my god. 1 boy and 3 girls, all with minor injuries. 3 girls, Rika, Satoko, I'd assume. Obviously, you know, Mion, that's a given. God, I remember when then I was just getting like the sort of spherical point of the hatchet that, you know, obviously is at the bottom of the grip, and then just bashing it on her forehead. I mean, Jesus. All planning. It's going to be really quite interesting how the investigation of Nagisa is changed thanks to this. All planning and execution of this crime was done by a female student who attends the Hinamizawa Branch School with Ryugu Reina. Proceedings. The suspect was taken to Okinomiya Station that same day for interrogation. She admitted to the crime. Yeah, and I found that really quite interesting. I mean, obviously she would completely be cooperative because of Keiichi and how much he changed. After that, a psychological evaluation. Oh yes, a psychological evaluation was conducted that found her responsible for her actions. Oh, interesting. So in this world, is it going to be that she isn't actually sent to a mental hospital? She's sent to prison. So proceedings will be handled by family court or district court. At least that's what the intended course of action. That was the intended course of action. But due to the so-called Great Hinamizawa disaster that occurred a few days later, oh my god. Oh, shit. That occurred a few days later, many of them... Oh my god, what happened with Lena? Are we actually going to get any insight to what, what's going on with her? Many of the related parties in the case died or went missing, so the trial was suspended. Oh god, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, how are you ever going to say, like, anything apart from, like, I can't blame you? Like, seriously. Additionally, Ryuga Dana became socially withdrawn from the mental shock of being informed about the death of her friends. I mean, Jesus. Having her life literally changed, and obviously having such a sense of, new beginnings, and then just fucking that. And probably increased paranoia because of what she predicted being entirely true, thanks to, Takono's scrapbooks, and obviously Takono, and the mystery with that, too. Just stop speaking with anyone, including during interrogation. Oh shit. Moving forward, the plan is to take appropriate measures while waiting for Ryuga Dana to recover, but neither the police nor the prosecutors can find a suitable course of action in this unprecedented situation. Yeah, fair enough, and her problems are just so big. Seriously. Oh my god, her dad's dead as well. God. She has no family whatsoever now. I don't think she's gonna... Oh my fucking god, could you imagine if she survives this and she has to have a legal guardian and she's put with her mum? Holy fuck. Oh my god, that would be... No, she wouldn't survive that. She would just... I think that would just be so bad that, she'd suicide, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, God, that's so sad. Yeah, I really wonder what they're actually going to do, and I wonder how this relates to, Ura. I wonder if, we're going to be into Horowashi's world. How is everything going to be found out after the gas disaster, though? I really wonder. Oh, we really do have... Oh, I think Miyotsukushi Ura is going to be a great story. I mean, if it's anything like Matsuri Bayashi and obviously Miyotsukushi PS2 version as well, it'll be brilliant. What? Wait, hang on a second. What? Incident report 4. Kakiuchi service area. Female detective murder case. Is this Tomoe? Occurrence August X 1983. August, yeah. What? Location Kakiuchi service area, Kakiuchi City, IT Prefecture. Overview. The incident was reported to the Communication Center of IT Prefecture Police Headquarters from a public telephone line. The source of the call was the public phone box number 8. Oh my god, they really have loads of insight to where it happened. It was public phone box number 8 in the Kakiuchi service area. The report came from an anonymous man. Oh yeah, interesting. It would have been the person that, I think it was some, because she was near a gas station when this actually happened, so it was some sort of, guy that noticed something. I don't know though. Yeah, the man claimed to be stopping at the service area on the way home from a family trip. Oh my god, I think your view of your family trip would have been changed when you learned about this. Fuck. For a family trip, and while heading from the restaurant to the bathrooms, he said he noticed a suspicious looking person in a nearby parking lot. Yeah, in response to that information, and police car number 7, which was on patrol in that area, was contacted by Kakiuchi Station, since the area was under their jurisdiction, and 2 police officers rushed to the scene. They arrived 17 minutes after the initial report and were about to question a man matching the caller's description, but the suspect immediately fled the scene. Interesting that. But hang on a second, if Tomoe has died, what the fuck is going to happen? Because is everything in Miyotsukushi Ura going to happen between June and August 1983? Because that just makes no sense. I don't get how she can solve the case in that much time. Maybe Tomoe has actually been killed in Miyotsukushi Ura, but the people have obviously continued what she's found and her foundations that she's obviously with everyone else. Obviously it's not just her, but yeah, they've all found. Maybe could be that the police just finding it like that. I don't know. One police officer was knocked out at the time. Oh, wait, hang on a second. So Tomoe's only been knocked out here. No, wait, it said murder, didn't it? I swear it said murder. Yeah. One police officer was knocked out at the time, so the man was pursued and then detained in a police car on the charge of obstructing government duties. The man was then physically examined. Several tools. Wait, hang on a second. So is this the person that... No. Oh, brilliant. God, I'm actually quite surprised though. So here they were able to actually get the man, and they were able to, you know, completely... Yeah, it's because I remember in Kageboshi, and what happened with the, you know, Tomoe murder was that, you know, he just saw Tomoe. He obviously beckoned Tomoe to come to where she was. There were no police cars, no nothing. But yeah, she just completely killed him. Whereas in this, you know, they've actually, you know, had a proper chase and they've been able to access him. That's really good, actually. How did somebody get murdered, though? That's what I wonder. The man was then physically examined. Several tools and weapons, knives under 20 centimeters in length, and multiple wallets were found in his jacket pockets. Oh my god. Holy shit! That's so funny. They have exposed a massive criminal, definitely. It was judged as vehicular burglary. Oh yeah, definitely, because that's what, yeah, so that person was actually... Could you imagine if this person had no connection to, you know, the mountain dogs or whatsoever? He was just a desperate burglar. Holy fuck, that would be so sad. Fucking hell. That's actually really quite interesting, these differences, though. That's so surprising though, seriously. Oh, after confirmation by a Kakuuchi station investigator who arrived a little later, he was arrested on charges of theft and property damage and was taken to Kakuuchi station. Oh right. God, so this person actually gets caught here. That's really good though. That's actually really quite surprising. So this person may not actually have any connection to the mountain dogs whatsoever. During subsequent interrogation, investigators noticed that the methods used were similar to the murder of Chief Inspector. Oh! Chief Inspector Minato Tomoe, now senior superintendent after being... Oh, that's really good that, you know, she's had the recognition, but at the same time she's actually been murdered. Oh god. Which also worked out of the Kakuuchi service area back in July. Yeah, so that's actually really quite interesting that this burglar has not only tried to burgle Tomoe's car, but she's also killed her. Oh yeah. Definitely. The man initially denied the charges, but later began to confess after investigators pointed out that he was saying things only the criminal could have known at the time. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he was admitted to Chief Inspector Mina's murder. and was then arraigned on the new charge of murder robbery. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, on those grounds, the prosecution filed for same day indictment. What is that? Is that like discovering two cases at once? Yeah, so same day trials here. Deliberation. Ooh. Oh. Right. Oh, that's interesting. He's probably just, realised how bad prison is. He probably wants to get out. But at the same time, I wonder... However, the man changed course and denied all charges at the trial a few months later. The defendant's reasoning was that testimony was coerced by detectives, forcing him into exhausting, persistent interrogation. I mean, understandable, but at the same time, why would you only do this a few months later? To be fair, maybe you could be really scared about going into a hearing. Maybe you could have, tried to... Maybe it was just that, I don't know. Oh. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I forgot they have the death penalty in Japan. Fucking hell. Some media outlets reported it was possibly a false accusation, but since the defendant was a habitual offender with 2 previous charges, the first trial sentence to him was the death penalty. God. The defendant filed an appeal that same day and is currently waiting a new trial. Yeah, so I really wonder, yeah, but if this person's confessed to things that only the criminal could know, then I wouldn't be surprised if, she was involved with Tomoe's murder, but at the same time, that's just really, really surprising that. So this person, has not only been trying to do the same things in the same place, but, it was all because of this one person noticing a suspicious man that, they've actually been able to find the, murderer of Tomoe. That's so surprising though. I really wonder if, in Miyosuke Shiura, Tomoe's murderer is actually found. Well, obviously we've seen the murderer before, but they have some sort of connection to the White Cabinet, so their arrest is probably going to mean a lot. The White Cabinet office. I wonder when we're going to get, trivia onto why that's significant, by the way. Interesting, that. I don't get how you're going to say things only the criminal could have noticed, or known even, with that reasoning. I don't know how that justifies that. God. Yeah. So I really wonder if this guy does get the death penalty. My god, it's just really quite surprising. So you've killed a police officer and you've robbed loads of people, and then you get the death penalty. My god. I would have thought the death penalty would have been for really serious crimes, but no. When I say really serious, obviously this is a serious crime, but it's not as bad as, for example, I don't know, Dennis crime. There's a good Incident Report 3 reference. Alright, Incident Report 5. Right. I love that they just have the most peaceful music for this. Incident Report 5. Series of disappearances in Hinamizawa. Addendum? The fuck does addendum mean? An item of additional material added at the end of a book or a document, typically in order to collect, clarify, or supplement something. Right. Oh, yeah. Hang on a second, so disappearances, is this going to be Takono? June 8th, 1983. Case contents, yeah. The location, the Hinamizawa district of Shishibane City, currently known as Hinamizawa Village. That's actually really quite interesting. I never knew that Hinamizawa was a district. What? Wow. I'm genuinely so surprised. Inside the basement of the Sonozaki estate. What? Hang on a second, what happened? Overview. Consecutive disappearance cases have been occurring in Hinamizawa Village, Shishibane City. I was like, because... What? Hang on a second, what? I suspect this Sonozaki Shion. So, I mean, obviously this could be a case report on, you know, just the timeline where Marakashi / Watanagashi, yeah, where they were, you know, the events that actually awaited June 1983. But at the same time, if there are disappearances of people thanks to the gas disaster, then thanks to everything there, why does the gas disaster still happen? Yeah, so this is a different world. Yeah, this has got to be the different world. Yeah. No, but at the same time, between the 19th and 21st of June, that could potentially, you know, be implying that, you know, the mountain dogs, I don't know, maybe they've done. No, they can't gas the whole village. They have to have government approval. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was just, maybe they, I don't know, just faked the records of Rika, you know, dying or something like that. No, wait, hang on a second, they've done it. They've probably done it, if there's a gas disaster, they've done it within, you know, the, before the 48 hours, so that, you know, obviously everything could be disproved. Yeah. The suspect is believed to have abducted, imprisoned and murdered 5 residents of Hinamizawa village, Sonozaki Oryo, Kimiyoshi Kichiro, Urerika, Hojo Satoko and Sonozaki Mion, between the 19th and 21st of June. Initial investigation into the case was delayed due to a lack of information. Oh yeah, fair enough, because of the gas. Oh wait, no. Not because of the gas disaster. Oh, but it was suddenly set up by a shocking coincidence. Oh god, what? On the morning of the 22nd, a police car patrolling in front of the Sonozaki estate heard screams coming from the house and rushed in to take emergency measures. Oh my god! This is a very interesting alternate timeline. Oh, wait, hang on a second. So, 2 classmates were in contact with the suspect. Yuga Dana and Mahabara Keiichi were rescued. The 2 of them were trying to persuade the suspect inside the house, and it seems that one of them, Mahabara Keiichi, was stabbed while resisting. What? He was transferred to an emergency hospital, but that's so surprising. Seriously, wow. But later, only diagnosed with minor injuries. It's really interesting this element of the timeline is completely different, but the results are the same, like in Watanagashi. But that is really interesting. So this timeline actually, as opposed to, you know, Keiichi being tortured and, you know, Rena calling Oishi to... Yeah. By the way, there's no Oishi here, by the way. So as a result of no Oishi, I'd assume that, you know, him and Den are actually going to the Sonozaki house was just out of suspicion, and obviously they didn't know that, you know, she was committing murder. They couldn't have known because of them not being able to, you know of Shion's disappearance. Interesting that. So yeah, so there was none of the, you know, nail related stuff. Keiichi was stabbed and obviously Den screamed, and then the only reason they were saved was a police car being right near them. That's really quite interesting. It's a very, very, you know, thought-provoking alternate Watanagashi timeline. But has the gas disaster? It doesn't seem like the gas disaster has happened here. But at first, investigators were deceived by the suspect's claim that she was one of the victims of that by Sonozaki Mion. Oh. Yeah. So she was initially protected as a victim. After that, investigators entered the secret room in the basement. Oh god. There they found hair, sticking fragments and blood from 4 of the missing people. Sonozaki Oryo, Kimiyoshi Kichiro, Urure Rika and Hojo Satoko. Investigators came to the conclusion that the suspect assaulted... Oh my god, you know nothing. Yeah, these missing people in the secret room. They did not assault, they fucking tortured them. And the bodies of the missing people were found at the bottom of an old well. Oh. I'm actually really quite surprised. I am surprised that, you know, obviously Shion was pretend to be a victim, but at the same time I think because of, you know, her insanity, it would validly, you know, it's valid that she would actually think of herself as Mion, would even in a professional, well not as professional, in a serious situation like this, you know, lie to the police. I mean, it really is quite surprising, but she genuinely believes this and she doesn't feel as if she's telling a lie, so, yeah. God. Truly brutal. Interesting that they found nothing with Mion, but that's obviously because, you know, she wouldn't have been found there because, you know, she was pushed down the well. That is in assuming the timeline is the same to what? I'm sorry, Meakashi. God, Meakashi truly is just. It's dark. My fucking god, that fingernail scene, I will never forget that. And obviously, I think that fingernail scene and Rika dying and Satoko being stabbed, Jesus Christ, that was. Yeah, they've got to be some of the darkest moments in Higurashi, easily. Brilliant, but brutal and horrible. Yeah, and the bodies of the missing people were found at the bottom of an old well, and indicated in the testimony of the suspect who was still pretending to be a victim. I'm actually really quite surprised that she would say that. Investigators were confused because she told them the culprit is Sonozaki Mion. And that Sonozaki Mion had fled through a secret escape route. Oh, so her body isn't actually... Oh, as a result, the suspect was temporarily overlooked as part of the investigation. Oh, so that's interesting. So Mion has actually escaped, which I'm really surprised she would firstly have. You know, I mean, she was traumatized. I'm surprised that she was actually able to do so. But yeah, she did. And that's interesting because she actually blamed it on her sister. That's what it looks like. But obviously she's in her insane state, so she thinks of herself as Sonozaki Mion. Oh. That's so surprising that Mion's alive here, though. Seriously. I think what happened in, obviously, she would have to be let out by Shion, you know, from the prison. So she was let out, and then when the Satoshi scene, when Mion actually is pushed by Shion, instead of being pushed, I think she really works her surroundings well, and I'd assume the second she gets in, she obviously tries to get in before Shion, and then just runs and climbs down, and obviously Shion doesn't have the balls to, you know, climb down. Well, yeah. Climb down after her. I don't know, it doesn't really make sense. So, if I remember correctly, that ladder was kind of wonky, but no, it can't have been. No. This fact should be given serious consideration during subsequent review of the case material. It must be a nightmare investigating this because obviously you can't deny anything. But obviously I think, you know, Mion's going to show very, very obvious signs of, for example, like mental problems and trauma-related things. So I'd assume that, I think from that they're probably going to be able to deduce a lot. However, ongoing investigation found no traces of Sonozaki Mion escaping through the cave she allegedly used as the escape route. And the suspect was also exhibiting unnatural behaviour. Oh my god, yeah, she's fucking insane. Yeah, based on the information from related parties, the police decided to ask the suspect to accompany them as a key reference person. Oh yeah, and this is where she died, right? Perhaps sensing this development was in advance, it seems the suspect attempted to escape from the apartment where she lived. They know nothing about her mental health, oh my god. This is just because, obviously, she went down to stab Katie, and then... Interesting that that isn't here, though. That probably didn't happen, but I think the hallucination part, obviously, because of... Yeah, that's hallucinations from Mion. Yeah, however, she accidentally fell from the balcony along the way and subsequently died from hemorrhagic shock. Yeah. I'm tired. That's actually really quite interesting that there's no traces whatsoever. There isn't a single one. I wonder how she actually escaped. That is, if she did, because obviously they would have discovered her body if they went down to the bottom of the well, but it wasn't there. That's weird. And I mean, these are police. They would have explored every single part of this. To be fair, maybe she was hidden in some sort of secret chamber. We don't know. Maybe there was a secret well and maybe there was another well. Who knows? Or maybe she did escape from, you know, where she said to have escaped from. No traces doesn't mean she didn't escape though. But if she didn't escape objectively, then that is weird. Yeah, my god, yeah. Oh my god, yeah. Interesting in what they're going to say about this. The suspect had a prior history of strong discontent and suspicion about the customs in the village where she was from. Yeah, fair. Additionally, she resented the fact that that a close personal friend suffered a difficult life due to persecution at the hands of the villagers. Oh my god, I mean, yeah, Satoshi obviously, but yeah. It's actually really quite interesting that they've got this far. So she definitely has said some stuff to the police, yeah. Additionally, she presented the fact that a close personal friend suffered a difficult life due to persecution at the hands of the villagers and held a deep grudge against the people responsible. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. It seems that accumulation of emotions exploded after that friend's disappearance. Oh yeah, definitely. But they exploded and then they, subsided once you saw a new beginning. And then they came back when Mion was crying. Well, Mion was a little bit upset that, Katie hadn't, given her the doll instead of a dinner. No, these inferences are based on handwritten documents that the police found from before the suspect's death. So truth of the situation remains unknown. Oh yeah, interesting. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so that's basically like an alternate Miakasi scenario there. That's actually really quite interesting. I wonder how these incidents are actually going to tie within everything that we've been reading. So yeah, I'm going to end here. That's actually really quite fun today. Yeah, it was really pleasant, and just really quite interesting learning about everything related to the new investigation profiling techniques that Tomoe is actually going to oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, Tomoe is actually introducing to the police workflow, and I think it's just really nice, seeing all the cast. I really like them, and then also just seeing like what's actually going to happen. I wonder whether they are going to be able to fully develop this idea. I hope they are. I hope the chief not being difficult isn't going to hinder it, and I also really hope that we are actually going to get stuff on it, because I don't know, retaliation for failure is our next fragment, and then reversing the gears is also another fragment. I wonder what these are actually going to be about. So I really hope that this isn't going to be the end. I mean, I don't know. Oh, right, the next fragment we have looks very different. Wait, hang on a second, what? Is this the alternate ending of... Oh. Looks like it's just the bad ending of Miakasi. What the fuck? Is this the truth behind the bad ending of Miakasi? Oh my god, I'm fucking excited for tomorrow. That's gonna be so fun. Yeah, yeah, so it's really nice. I really like Mino. I think Mino, Tomoe, and also that, what was his name? Yeah, you can't even remember his name. That's something. Soma. Yeah. They're good characters. They're good. And I think it's really going to be quite interesting just to see how Tomoe not only develops, but, how the things that she's actually desiring to, get out to the world, get out to the policing force are actually going to develop. Yeah, and it was actually really quite interesting just seeing those incidents and seeing the fact that, the burglar has been caught in the end. And I wonder how the incidents are going to tie, because they can't be in the same world just because of the gas disaster having happened in one and the gas disaster not having happened in the other. So I wonder. Right, I'm going to go to bed now, so yeah, really hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, see ya.